Hi guys, thanks for tuning into my channel. I'm Ella Nitri, the TV and movie junkie with a fro. And not only am I rocking this fro, I am rocking this Kango too. I had to dig deep to get this one, to find this one. But yeah, and the reason that I'm wearing the Kango today is because I will be reviewing one of Netflix's newest series called The Get Down. The Get Down. So let's hop right into it. The Get Down is pretty much a coming of age story about a group of teenage friends who live in New York's South Bronx in 1977. They're pretty much trying to, use whatever talents that they have and smarts or whatever just to get, out of the hood. One in particular is a period piece set in 1977 in South Bronx, New York. This show is set during a time where the birth of hip-hop was just beginning to take form with the different DJs, DJ battles, and all of those type things. It was also at the height of the disco era. And we know disco didn't last but only for a few years, but it was hot and it was popping when it was popping. It was played in all the clubs and everything. So this show was created by Australian director Baz Luhrmann, and Baz Luhrmann has brought us pretty good movies in the past. He's responsible for Moulin Rouge. He's also responsible for Romeo and Juliet starring Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's responsible for one of his most recent films, The Great Gatsby, also starring Leonardo DiCaprio. And another great point in this is that Nas is an executive producer, and that just makes the music, more authentic. It makes everything just more authentic, that it's coming from somebody who, lived in that area, and they know what's going on. Also, Grandmaster Flash is Grandmaster Flash. I think it's DJ Kool Herc. DJ Kool Herc is a musical consultant on this particular show, and I know that Nas writes the rhymes for the show, so he has a big part. He's an executive producer. He's writing the rhymes, and you can also hear his voice on the show during a lot of different performances and stuff. You can hear Nas's voice, so that's pretty dope. I decided to get together and bring us this hip-hop musical type deal, and I don't want to really call it a musical because it's not a musical. A musical is totally different. This show has a lot of music in it, and may I add, a lot of great music is in this particular show, but I wouldn't call it a musical. But I would say that it's pretty much something it's pretty much like Sparkle, if you guys remember Sparkle starring Irene Cara. That particular show meshed in with Boys in the Hood, New Jack City meets The Wiz, but done in a really good way. So this show, I started watching it, and it's only 6 episodes, and that was I'm like, oh, okay, 6 episodes, because my last review I did on Stranger Things, and it was only 8 episodes. So I'm thinking, is this the way that Netflix is going from now on, with just giving us the 6 episodes or the few episodes, and then giving us more? I don't know if they feel like they get more reception that way, or how they feel about it, but I'm here to say that regardless, if the show is a good show, I'm watching it all the way through, whether it's 6 episodes, whether it's 12 episodes, it can be 24 episodes. I'm gonna watch the thing. It may take me longer to get through 24 episodes, but I will be watching, especially if it's something that I really, really like. It's based on a group of friends from the South Bronx who is pretty much a coming of age tale about these group of friends who just want to make their way out of the hood. Like, they want to do whatever it takes, use their talents, express themselves, however, but their end goal is, to make their way, out of the hood and make different lives for themselves. So the main character in this particular show is played by Justice Smith, which is a new actor. I've never seen him on anything. He plays Ezekiel Figueroa, who is a half black, half Puerto Rican teenager who lives with his aunt and his aunt's boyfriend, Leon. The reason he's living with his aunt and her boyfriend is because his parents died when he was a very young child, and his aunt took him in and raised him from that point. His aunt, she's pretty cool, cool chick, hard-working chick. She wants to make sure that he has the best, and he uses everything that's available to him, like all his opportunities and things like that. He's great with words. He's very articulate. He writes very, very well. His teacher, is on him about, making sure that he, go make sure that he use his talent to get him to another level. His character, Ezekiel Figueroa, has a girlfriend, Marlene, who is an amazing singer. She's focused on getting away from her Bible-toting dad, and she's ready to go. She wants to be like the next Donna Summer, big disco star and everything. But other obstacles come in and try to keep her away from her dream. Photography in this show is so great. Like, it shows us flashbacks of what was going on back in the 70s, and I mean real life flashbacks, not just things that they created, but you get to see real life flashbacks. I mean, people who remember 9/11. Where we lost the Twin Towers. You get a chance to see the Twin Towers in here, and it was done so well that it doesn't take away from what Baz Luhrmann, the creator, is trying to portray in this particular show. So that was done really well. So Ezekiel's character meets Shaolin. Shaolin is like a tagger. He is a well-known tagger, which are the people who, the kids that go around spraying the graffiti and stuff like that. So that's what they call them, like taggers. From the hood, he's doing a lot of illegal things. He's a drug runner for this mob-like chick that goes by the name of Fat Annie and her son Cadillac. They run this drug ring or whatever, where they're supplying drugs to kids and whoever else wants to buy them. So he was at this point working for Fat Annie, but his biggest dream is to become a DJ. So yeah, he meets Ezekiel, and it's pretty magical. So they run around together doing their thing, trying to get focused in on the music and things like that. But like I said, the show is amazing. It's a great show, and I'm happy to see that Netflix took a chance on a show like this, because a lot of times, like, they have a lot of original series, and right now I just feel like Netflix is killing the game. Like, they're killing the game right now. If it wasn't for Game of Thrones or Walking Dead and things like that, I would not be watching TV. Like, my whole existence dealing with TV is Netflix, pretty much, because they come with originality. Like, everything is pretty freaking original, and I love it. And I love what they're doing with it. I mean, I'm not that excited about like the 6 episodes or the 8 episodes in shows or whatever, because it just makes you want more, and then you have to wait a year or however long it takes them to come back with the new ones. But I'm not as excited about that. But I'm excited about this show. I can't wait to see the new episodes that they came out with. And also Jaden Smith is in this, and I was so happy. At first I didn't know it was him, but when I'm like, okay, this person looks familiar, like, who is this? And I looked at the credits, I'm like, okay, this is Jaden Smith. So Jaden is in here as a supporting character, and for him to even be the status that Jaden is in, for him to even take something as a supporting role shows a lot of maturity, with him or in him. And like I said, I have to tip my hat to him, and the role that he played is a lot of dimensions to that particular role, and I think we'll see more of that in the newer once the next episodes drop. But the character he's played the character really well. He plays Dizzy, who is one of Ezekiel's friends. So he's a part of the group of teenagers. He's a tagger. He has made a name for himself, going out spraying the trains and all of that, but the kids are expressing themselves. I mean, the graffiti, it can be a bit much, but as you look at this particular show, it makes you just not want to be upset, because this kid is out here, expressing himself, and this is his art form, especially with them being from where they're from. They have to express themselves in some type of way. I mean, it wasn't no art school that they were going to. They had to go out and express themselves the way that they needed to express themselves. They had a lot of things pent up that they needed to get out, and this was the way that they did this. But the show, like I said, it's a good show, and like I said, I will be tuning in for the next season, and I can't wait to see the next episodes and everything. But overall, it was a good show. So if you watched The Get Down on Netflix, comment below, let me know, and we'll talk about it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.